Okay guys, so I've been a little worried making this video because it's a bit much, it's a bit new information, and it's something that is my truth. I haven't really heard or seen anyone else explain the twin flame mirroring this way. Okay, I hope that you can see this, and I'll try to start to explain this. So, at first, imagine that this is you. Okay. This is you, and this is your twin. What happens? So first, you have you. You come into this world, and through experiencing life, you also experience division and fragmentation. In order to experience unity, you have to experience separation. So what happens is that you line up with traumas and fragmentation. This happens. You start dividing yourself into this, which is parts of you that you deemed as bad due to social influences, due to whatever. It's something that you feel that you need to separate from yourself. What you're trying to leave yourself with is the good part of you, the light part of you. And in your so basically this is not you 3D, this is in this 3D reality, this is your consciousness. So you split your consciousness and you create the unconscious. Oh, this was gonna fall down. The unconscious. And you start to repress and really distance yourself from this part of you so much that you can no longer see that this part of you actually exists. It still exists. It's still a part of you. It's still one consciousness. This is why this part here is a mirror, meaning that what you see of yourself is just the good part of you. Then you still experience this. You still experience this because on a 5D level, this has not changed. You are still you, the full you. Meaning that this part of you that has experienced traumas and separation, so forth and so on, and like stuff that you deem are bad, is still creating your reality. It is still a consciousness that's creating, even though it's an unconscious part of consciousness. So you here have forgotten or chosen to forget about this, but this part still exists and it still creates your reality. It's why still in your life, no matter how hard you try to focus on the good stuff, you have parts that create, because within you have this too, that create a reflection of this part of you. The problem is not that this part exists, meaning we can't get rid of it, nor should we. The problem becomes that this separation exists. We do not see this for what it is, the truth of what it is. We see it as a separate part of ourselves, or things that we have zero control over. Just bad things happening in this world, in your life. The only thing that makes it bad is that we didn't have proper tools in our childhood to integrate these emotions that are connected to this part of you, we didn't have the tools to integrate those emotions. We didn't know what it meant to feel certain things. We started to think that just because I feel something, just because I think something, that this is me. Also, for a lot of us, concept of self was not something that was asked for. Saying me, I want this, I like this, I do not like this, I find it fun to fill in the blank. I'm getting the message that for a lot of us, the twin flames that resonate with the information that I'm sharing, in our childhood, the concept of self was something that was deemed as negative and something that we push down here. Problem with that is that the ego, meaning the self, is the part of us that holds the key and the information regarding our purpose here and what this expression of consciousness, this expression of source that is Catherine, came here to do. It means that nobody else would come here to do exactly what I do, because that would have no expansion. Why would we have two doing the exact same thing? No, source consciousness wants to experience different things in order to expand, in order to grow itself, meaning that I have to know me, exactly, me, self. One, in order to experience oneness, I need to know self. Two, in order to fulfill the mission that I'm here to do and end this cycle of incarnation, I actually need to understand what my purpose for coming here was. So our purpose, our identity, our full identity, our full identity, is lost as we divide our consciousness into good and bad. It is also lost as we're trying to kill the ego. I know the story of Kali, and I have a different approach to it. That's for another video. Somebody remind me to talk about what ego and the death of ego means to me, and how I'm getting the information about it. So, from what you know, or you might know, or you will soon come to know, that fragmentation is the issue of this world, meaning that we do not have a oneness with self, meaning that we cannot mirror oneness to the universe, to the planet. It's not that it's bad, it's just that we have to know that this is something that was created. The construct of fragmentation was something that was created, and with it came chaos, and with it came pain and darkness and evil, right? We can all call it like that, but it was created for a purpose. And the purpose was really to know oneness. So you are here struggling with life. This is before you met your twin flame. We can all go back to before we met our twin flame. We felt closer to source. We felt like we had some sort of understanding about our true selves, but we just kind of kept on running from ourselves. We really did. We were running from ourselves, specifically So what happens? The twin flame dynamic is a blessing. Why is it a blessing? Because it's a shortcut to integration. It's something that most people on this earth do not have the benefit of. Did I realize this like last week? Yes. Total lies. Well, no, it's Tuesday today, so it actually on Saturday evening would be last week. No lies. But like real recently, did I realize this? That it is a big blessing that a lot of people will not come to experience. They will come to experience unconditional love and love, but they will not truly be able to benefit of this. So we should be really excited that we are twin flames, just saying, for many reasons. This is me thinking about my twin. This is what happens. I'm like, every time you see this, I'm like, just it's a vibe. What it really is myself fully integrated. It is so fun. Still nervous. Okay, so what happens is that I would say certain advanced souls or souls that were to take on a leader role in this universe in order to help awaken masses faster, or that these were the souls that would be beneficial for them to awaken faster, to realize this truth faster, in order to create and manifest a different type of world faster. So we are here. And then we meet our twin flame as was agreed upon way back. Like, for me, and this might be only for me specifically, but I feel like a group of people is also in the same boat as me, a group of twin flames. So I existed before I was a twin flame, and then I chose to become a twin flame. Some sort of unification happened, and it's like our two missions, almost like a volunteer. So I volunteered to come to Earth and do stuff, or to assist humanity, and to put my soul in a human body. And so my counterpart is a male. I've adapted the divine feminine aspect. He has adapted the divine masculine aspect. I will get to this. Oh my god, this video is gonna be so long. Timestamps. So I had a self, or some sort of identity, some sort of meaning, purpose, function before I became a twin flame. The becoming of twin flame was something that was chosen in order to be exactly where I am here at this time. And I've met my twin flame in many lifetimes and connected with him in many lifetimes, but in no lifetime prior to this have I remembered to this extent this dynamic and how it works. So I would have different type of information, but I would never be at a point where I really am on the verge to integrate or where I am at the point to really understand the concept of light and dark, good and evil. So yes, meaning that for me, the union of twin flames is not my purpose. It's a tool to reach my purpose. I have a purpose and I have a mission. And they are together, but also I had a purpose before becoming twin flame. This is not something that has changed. My purpose is still the same. My twin flame's purpose is not the same as mine. We both chose the twin flame dynamic as a tool, as a method, as like the journey that we would take on our mission here on Earth at this time, and our mission in prior lifetimes. So I have a mission here, and a universal purpose too. I don't know. Well, I'm sharing that information. So yeah, being here. This is Catherine, 2017. Meeting my twin flame. This is a mirror. This dotted line between them. And I really hope you're able to see that. My drawings. This is a line between them. That is a mirror, or you know what, it's more like a wall. So these two 3D consciousnesses, wow, that's loud, are not able to see each other. Let me pause the video and close some windows. I'm back. This wall means that, and I might be saying something different in a couple of years. You might not all be, okay, Catherine, just speak your truth. My God, I'm sorry, guys, I'm sorry. You cannot see your twin flame in the 3D. That's my truth. Why am I saying this? Because there is a wall between you. Meaning you cannot fully comprehend or connect or see your twin flame. To love someone is to see him as a part, or her, to see somebody else as a part of yourself. You cannot see your twin flame, meaning in the 3D, through the 3D consciousness. The 3D consciousness is the fragmented consciousness. The 5D is, to me, the union consciousness. It's a consciousness, it's a perception of union. Doesn't mean that you don't have a self. No. It just means that you're well aware of the dynamics that are happening. So, 3D consciousness, you cannot see your twin. This dynamic is built so that you will learn what union is with self, with true self. For some, through this dynamic, you actually get a relationship with the twin. If it's your mission here, if it's something that's beneficial, you know who you are, you know why you're here, I hope, maybe, for some of you. Also, I feel personally a little bit like time will tell, no? Like, I'm not as, oh my god, it has to be this way. For me, it's more about the dynamic that I'm more excited about. No, not more. It would be nice being in a relationship with my twin flame. Not gonna lie. If we both are integrated. That would be sick. That would be, I feel like the world will be a different place for that to happen. So you cannot see your twin. This is your twin. This is your twin. What can you see? Oh, and your twin, by the way, is as fragmented as you are. Meaning that they have a part of themselves that they have created an unconsciousness from. Meaning that they are also manifesting things from their unconscious point of consciousness and are equally confused about what is going on. And they also felt like home when meeting you. You know this. So they have a mirror here because they have excluded from their point of view a part of themselves, just like you have. So they cannot see themselves, just as you cannot see yourself fully, your true self. Also, you cannot see your twin, and your twin cannot see you. Every time in the back of my head, I do have a couple that I'm thinking about. They are actually in a relationship, and they are twin flames, and I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. Again, I'm just pointing out that this is my truth. This is what I'm resonating with at the moment. This is what makes sense to me personally. This is what I would die to create. If there is one thing I would dedicate my life to on this earth, it would be for people to learn integration. So, with that said, I'm continuing, and I'm buying chips after this, eating chips. Just saying. Fritos, specifically, the scoop ones, and hummus and Fritos. Has anyone had hummus and Fritos? Is that do they get gushy? Is this a stupid idea? I'm gonna do it anyways. You know why? Because I can get a spoon for the hummus and my fist for the Fritos, and I can just combine them. Good stuff. Twin flame. Catherine, get yourself together. We're not running from this. What does this mean? That when you see your twin flame in the 3D, what you see is this. That's the shadow aspect of your twin flame. The part of him that he is ignoring for the valid reasons, depending on what he or she has experienced in their lives. What your twin is seeing from you is your shadow side. So you don't even know what your twin flame sees. And this is 3D eyes, 3D concept. What makes it cool is this. That's 5D consciousness. That's how you are connected. Another cool part is is that all of this is 5D consciousness, meaning your feelings. Some of your feelings are actually communicated to you. What I'm saying is that you feel each other. You feel the truth of the other. Not just one part, but the whole thing. Which makes you very confused at times. But I feel something else and that's not what I see. No. And poor TwinFlame, your counterpart, has the exact same problem. And when I got to this, I was like, no. So what exactly is he seeing of me? And I do not want that. Or do I? Cool part is, no matter what they see, they feel home. They feel like this is a part of me. Which will lead to unconditional love, because they have an essence and you have an essence. Learn to integrate and love their shadow aspects. The part of them that they were denying. The part of you that you were denying. Let me elaborate. Your shadow aspect together with your light aspect, or good and bad, this, right? Is what the world sees you as. So the world sees the truth of who you are, and the world sees the truth of your twin flame, who that person is. So other people, or like, as less fragmented as a person is, the more truth does that person see in other beings. So maybe not your parents. They maybe don't see the truth of who you are, but a highly advanced spiritual teacher would. I'm touching on this because friends of yours, if you do have people and friends of yours who know both you and your twin, when you talk about your twin, they will resonate with some aspects of his or hers, of your twin's personality that you talk about, like, yeah, that's who they are. And others, for them, will be, I've never seen that, I've never experienced that. This is because you do not see your twin at all. The only thing you see your twin as is this, his shadow. So when you met, you saw this, you saw his shadow, but you felt home. And this triggered you, because you were like, what is this? You felt like you had a lot of things that you really did not like, but you still felt like home. Why did you feel like you did not like it? Because in not the similar way, because opposite from this, where this is a wall, there is no wall here. So your shadow aspects are mirroring each other. One is a more embodiment of the divine masculine, and one is the more embodiment of divine feminine, which is the same for you in all of your existence, not just shadow side. And I will get in touch on this as I talk about the yin yang. But it's a mirror, meaning that you will see something in your twin, react to it because you have the same in you, only the feminine or masculine aspect of it within you, and it will trigger you, so you will run, just as you run from yourself. Depending on your different traumas, you can actually have an enmeshment type of behavior that you will chase your twin, or what you think is your twin. It doesn't matter, really. What matters is that the only aspect of your twin that you can see is the shadow aspect of him. Why is this cool? Why is this a blessing? Because you can always tap into your twin flame's energy. And you can always see what in that energy is triggering you and makes you want to run or ignore. Because that is the mirror to you. And since you cannot access your shadow side, this is like a loophole to your own shadows. Then you can choose with your free will to integrate and actually look for those parts of you in your shadows. To integrate and bring light to that shadow aspect. Personally, I feel that the completion process by Teal Swan is the best thing, the most wow way of doing it. What's so cool about it is that she's written a book about it, so you can read exactly how to do it. But we're all different in how we're integrating our shadows. I'm just throwing it out there as an example, as something that I feel works for me so far. As we're integrating our shadows to our light, it kind of creates cracks in this mirror because we're starting to integrate it. We're starting to integrate like this. And right here is where we recognize that we are a polarity. We have both good and bad, both light and dark. And we realize that this is our true selves. This is how we know exactly what we want to do on this planet. This is how we know our purpose, our home, our mission, ourselves. This is how we learn to love, because we create a full concept of self, of ego, of an integrated ego, where all parts of us is conscious. When we have a full ego, we can choose to love another. We can choose to see another as a part of self. We have to know self in order to do that. When we know what our best interests are, exactly what those best interests are, what we want to do, and we know why we want to do it, we can more easy, know how to act on the best interest of others. Also, when we know our values, it makes it very clear for us to know when we are with a person who does not share our values. Not that I think that it's something that would be possible to attract a person who into a relationship is not sharing in values when you're integrated, but this is a journey. So knowing of it helps, right? Fully integrated, yeah, we would probably be a vibrational match only to people and circumstances who are in the highest good for us. But don't forget, we only know what we know. We do not know what we don't know. So as we integrate and create new things, we might also create things that we are not conscious of, that we are creating. So this tool is awesome for learning what is the unconscious part of you creating. Furthermore, we should be able to use this dynamic to teach about it for everyone to learn. Not just for twin flames. I've already touched upon this, I'm sorry. As we integrate ourselves, yes, this mirror disappears, and we become this. We're doing that. The same happens to our twin, by choice, of course. To be fair, they've chosen to be here. They are on this path. That's my truth. So, oh my god, the green color is going to turn into... falling down. So, this mirror disappears from this too. What creates, what's left is two parts, two selves, integrated, that know of self concept. They know exactly who they are. And for creation to happen, what love is to take somebody as a part of yourself. So what happens when we unite our energies on all levels? Is this. We unify the two. And the most important part of this is here. Union, meaning I can have you and I can have myself too. Meaning I can have you and I can have myself too. Why would we even want this? For creational purposes. Because this is a high frequency thing, because it feels good, it feels nice. It also feels like somebody exactly understanding you and loving you. And it's because we have decided to want to know what love is. This is why we're doing this. This is awesome, guys. This is what we're working towards. Does this remind you of anything? You have to see them to be able to take them as a part of yourself. For this to work, there actually has to be a part of you in them. You have to realize that we are all connected. And this symbol shows how we are all connected. Everything, light and dark, good and evil, which does not exist. It's an illusion that is, well, it does exist, but it's not the universal truth of our being. So it's an illusion to my higher self. It's not an illusion to 3D Catherine. So yeah, divine feminine, divine masculine. As these two unify, this is what we'll get. Would it get a connection of both? And this is probably why most of TwinFlames are here to actually create. I have no facts on this. This is just what I'm getting. I don't know if most of TwinFlames are here. But if most of TwinFlames were here to create relationships on a 3D level, I would presume, I would think that this is the reason why. Because it creates a whole new template of how to interact with consciousness in all forms. How to interact with the 3D world. If this is a teaching, this teaching would change absolutely everything that we know, and it would completely change the world. My personal opinion. No governmental structure, no reform, no revolution can change the world. The only thing that can change the world is this. Of course, I'm saying this, right? Because this is my truth. This is what I'm here to do. So I think I'm done now. I almost don't really remember what I've said, if I've said everything. I had some notes. Guys, I hope you're watching this video. I hope it makes sense to someone. I hope somebody out there realize something by watching this. I hope we can connect. Leave me a comment. So exciting. Yeah, I think this is all I wanted to say on the twin flame mirroring. And when I'm doing tarot cards for twin flames, it all comes back to teaching about how this works. To be fair, in all of my living here, I'm trying to, or even without trying, it's a matter of integrating and seeing myself in something else and seeing how that affects me. Maybe by talking more about it, people can feel in themselves if this is a truth for them too. If this is something like a model of how they want their world to look. I'm only in the beginning process of this. I hope you guys choose to grow with me. I hope this is something amazing. I'm kind of nervous about posting this. Kind of thinking that it's way overdue, that I should have done this way ago, long time ago. But remember, higher self Catherine, who's probably not named Catherine, we just got the messages from you guys regarding this on Saturday, on some parts of this. Higher self Catherine says, yeah, but you have felt this all your life. Whatever. Separation is an illusion to you guys. It's not an illusion to me. I hope you stick around. The link, I have several links below to my Instagram page. I'm doing soul healing sessions. More information about that, all you can find here on YouTube or in my Instagram account. Let me know what you thought about this. I love you. Take care. Time for chips and hummus. Bye.